Almost exactly a year ago, I started my sports season. So I started playing sports. And up until this point, I was in summer. I was making a lot of videos. This is when I started the channel. And I got so much success within those first months of starting the channel in that summer. But now I was motivated to start playing sports. I was motivated. I was ready. But as the season progressed, I started to lose that motivation. I started to find that I had lost myself. I had lost the version of me that was always disciplined. I had lost the version of me that was calm. I had lost the version of me that was confident in myself. And so, after the sports season ended, I swung the entire other way. And I said, I'm gonna start focusing solely on business. I need to create results, and I need to show myself that I am that disciplined guy. I am that confident guy. I am the guy that can go out and achieve it all. And I started motivated. I felt really good. I'm really focusing on this. I'm starting to read books on this. But then I found that I kind of fell apart again. I got lost. I stopped working out. I stopped taking care of my health. And when I looked at myself, I still wasn't confident. I started indulging in stuff like Netflix and YouTube Shorts. And that was filling up my time. I was pretending, working on business. But again, in my life, I was lost. I started motivated, and then I was lost. But there is one time for sure that I went from being lost to being fulfilled. And in that time, what I was doing was I was creating content that was based on lessons. So I started this channel. I was just sharing my lessons. Number 2, I was working out. I was going in nature. Sometimes I would work out in nature. And number 3, I was actually discovering myself. I was journaling. I was exploring. And I was reading. I was learning about myself and the world. Today, I'm going to give you a couple insights that I learned on how to create this time in your life when you're genuinely full of purpose, when you're fulfilled, right? And you go from lost to fulfilled instead of motivated to lost. This is a guide to find yourself again. My first insight is that silence gives you clarity. I would start with all of that big motivation. I would start, feeling very excited. I'm going to play sports, or in that other time, I'm going to start business. I'm going to start working on that. I'm going to have all this motivation. But slowly, I would start indulging in things like Netflix and YouTube Shorts and TikTok and video games. Stuff that I knew that I wasn't supposed to do. Stuff that I wasn't even proud of. That I wouldn't even show other people that I was doing. And I would still do it. I would still do it knowing how bad it was for me. Knowing that I'm just wasting my time. I was always just seeking pleasure. And this really showed me, I've become this monkey. I've become this one-tracked monkey that's only looking for pleasure, whatever gives me dopamine, whatever lights up my head. And I think inside, my soul knew that I was destroying myself. My soul knew that I wasn't proud of who I was. I wasn't holding by my values. And it gave me the feeling of being lost. And I'm so grateful for that feeling because it inspired me to change. So what I would say to you, if you actually do not want to feel lost anymore, to get that silence so that you can actually have clarity again, so that your mind is clear. Instead of just being, I'm looking for pleasure, and you can't even remember what you did. When is the last time that you actually remember a TikTok that you watched? You don't remember, right? If I ask you, tell me 5 TikToks that you watched yesterday, you would not be able to tell me. Nobody knows, because it's just pleasure. It's just your monkey brain. You're not actually thinking. To have that clarity again, to actually get away and find yourself. How can you expect that you're going to find yourself if you're in a jungle and you can't see where you are? You must have clarity. And to have that silence in your life, you need to start deleting the things that give you pleasure. Start deleting that social media. Start deleting those video games. Stop taking warm showers. Stop eating junk food. You need to do the things that are difficult. You need to abstain from the things that bring you pleasure. Silence gives you clarity, remember. And what you're going to do, you're not just going to say, for 10 minutes, I'm only going to scroll for 10 minutes today. Not like that. You want to completely replace what you're doing. And the best thing that I would recommend is to start working out. For me, this absolutely saved me. I forgot about this in the time that I was focused on business. I forgot about working out. I stopped taking care of my health. And what happened, I instead indulged in things that I knew I shouldn't indulge in, and I still did it. And I hated myself because when I looked at myself in the mirror, not only was my body deteriorating, the thing that I was proud of, that I had built, the one thing that I had built, that had actually made me charismatic, that had actually made me have the ability to speak to other people and to genuinely be confident and attractive, that thing was gone. But not only that, I was indulging in stuff like video games. How can you think that you're going to get any success? How can you think that you're ever going to be fulfilled if that's who you are? Start working out. And for me, I didn't have that much time, right? I didn't have time to go 3 hours at the gym, then come back, right? That was never an option for me. I had to find the most efficient way to have that confidence, to build that attractive physique. And the way that I learned to do it was by doing it from home with gymnastic rings. Gymnastic rings, they basically allow you to hit any muscle with your own body weight, and you can use different variations to make it much, much harder. If you're interested in what I'm saying, check out the first link in the description, and it will take you to a place where you can learn more. The next thing that you need to do to replace these acts of pleasure, to actually engage in discipline again, is to eat clean. Now, eating clean, it will make your body feel good. You'll actually want to do the work that you need to do, and you'll feel good doing it. And you'll have insane results in your physique, right? Eating clean and working out, they come hand in hand. You will get that beautiful physique, that chisel physique, but you'll also lose that face fat that a lot of people have. Another thing is to start taking cold showers. As I said, pleasure can come from just warm showers. Start taking cold showers. I take cold showers every single morning, and it makes me feel alive. It's hard, it's difficult, it's hard to turn up that handle, but it makes me know that I'm enjoying the process. It gives me that silence from pleasure. So that's all the first point, of giving you that silence, of giving you that ability to live that quiet, humble, hard-working life. Now, we must move to how we can find direction in your life. My next point is to explore and record. So what I mean by this is that you can't expect to be lost for so long, and then as soon as you watch this video, oh, I know where to go. You can't expect to have direction in your life as soon as you think, oh, I need to have direction in your life. You need to actually explore and expose yourself to new things. Expose yourself to new ideas, new ways of thinking, so that you actually know where you want to go. And the way that I open myself up to new ideas is, number one, I speak to people that I don't know or people that I haven't talked to for a while, right? And these can be even people that I think are weird, people that don't have the same values as me. I want to speak to them so that I can understand them. It's all a game of understanding the other experiences that other people have, and maybe they have a gem inside their mind, right? Everybody has a gem inside their mind that you do not know that can help you. You just have to learn, how can I find that gem? You want to actually learn from the people around you. The second thing is that you want to either listen, read, or watch useful content. And the way that you're going to know, is this content useful, is you're going to ask, did this give me, or did this help me recall an insight that will help me in my life? Ask that question. If what you're watching, if what you're consuming does not answer that question in a yes, you should not be consuming that content. Even if it's my content, even if it's your favorite creator's content, it doesn't matter. You have to do what's good for you first if you actually want to stop feeling lost. Now, the third way to open your mind is to start reading books. Now, 2 books that I would recommend are The Obstacle is the Way, and then The Courage to Be Disliked. And then also find another book that is in your personal interest. What are you interested in? And read a book on that. For me, if it would be business, I would read a book on business. Find topics that you're interested in. Maybe it's psychology. Again, I'm interested in psychology, so I'd read a book on psychology. Find that book that kind of explores an interest that you have. So that's all the first part. That's all exploring. How do we record? How do we remember what we learned? For me, that's the journaling. Every night I sit down, I open my journal, and I write down what I did and what I learned. You always want to do that. Have a journal that keeps you accountable and keeps you having lessons in your life. You don't want to just be experiencing life without actually having lessons to tell. And the second thing that's also helped me, I haven't really spoken about this, but for about 5 months now, I've had a reading tracker. Basically, every single day I do it on Google Sheets. I come in and every single day I write down what book did I read, how much time did I spend reading it, how many pages did I read, and then an insight that I learned from the book that I read. That will help you so much. right? And even if you didn't read anything, just put 0, but it actually shows you, hey, I didn't read something. You want to keep your reading tracked. And the final point that I have is that you want to find the direction in the mist. And the way that you do that is to not have a selfish pursuit. Have a selfless pursuit, right? Because if you have a selfish pursuit, you're just going to become a monkey brain, right? You're just going to look for pleasure. You have a selfless pursuit, a pursuit that is greater than you, a purpose. You will genuinely enjoy every day. Not be pleasure-filled, not be pleasured, but to enjoy. There's a difference there. To love what you're doing, to feel that you are in that process, to be committed even when times get difficult, even when you face those obstacles. And finding that purpose, finding that thing that is greater than you, that is a selfless pursuit, that will be more enthralling than any form of pleasure you can think of. Finding that purpose, finding that thing that clicks, like this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm doing for other people. The selfless act. That is beautiful. When you find that, it's something amazing. And I've only had hints of this. I don't have it perfectly. But I know that even from the little bits that I've felt, the times where I feel like I'm doing the right thing, it is a beautiful feeling. It is an absolutely beautiful feeling, and I would hope that everybody has a sense of that feeling. And if you don't know, how can I find that pursuit? Always be a problem solver. Whenever you hear words like, oh, I wish this thing was like this. I wish that this was like this. Why does it have to be like this? That's a problem. And what you can do is try and fix that. That's how you become a problem solver, and that's how you find a pursuit that is greater than you, right? In addition to this, always have that honor code. Always have that set of morals that you want to live by. And you'll find that you really have that direction in your life again. You're not lost anymore. You're not that person who feels, I don't know what to do. My mind is cloudy. What am I doing with my life? Instead, you are grateful for every day. You are happy, and you are enjoying the process, not being pleasure-filled. Again, if you want to learn exactly how I work out from home using 2 pieces of equipment called gymnastic rings. Check out the first link in the description. With that, I hope that you got something from this video, and I hope that you go out and conquer.